Let's see. So 26 years before the general strike in St. Louis, they discovered gold in Australia. 2 years after they discovered gold in California. And there was a gold rush. People came from all over the world to Victoria, near Melbourne, Australia. And gold diggers quickly became the majority of the province's population, at which point the government thought that they were going to be overthrown violently. And not without some reason. And to think that. And then Australia got the 8-hour day, decades before anybody else did. Which I think is very instructive, because it wasn't because of an election or any number of other things. It was because something that happened in the little town of Ballarat. Being in Australia, I discovered that there is something called the Southern Cross, which is not something you burn on somebody's front lawn in Mississippi. It is actually a constellation. And in the sky, you look up in the sky and there's a cross there, and that's what that is. I didn't realize. I always wondered, what were all these songs about Southern Cross? There's all these beautiful songs about Southern Crosses, and it never seemed quite appropriate until I realized it's a constellation. Then it all fell into place. All across the world, they gathered all around, when in 1851 they struck gold upon the ground. Every voyage was a long one, months upon the stormy sea, some to seek their fortune, others escaping slavery. What they found in the gold fields was ruled by brutish thugs, discrimination and taxation mixed with swinging billy clubs. The gold was getting scarcer, the cops were getting worse, the diggers burned their licenses and vowed to end this curse. They swore an oath beneath the Southern Cross, they'd stand together and break the license laws. From 20 different nations they gathered here as one in Ballarat beneath the southern sun. The crown tried to divide them, giving preference to some. The diggers wouldn't have it, they said it's all of us or none. They built a stockade while the redcoats massed nearby, and they heard the miners shouting, "We're ready now to die." The rebel miners waited for whatever lay in store, and on one December morning in 1854 the redcoats attacked the camp. Dozens there would fall among these brave gold diggers who'd risen to the call. They swore an oath beneath the Southern Cross, they'd stand together and break the license laws. From 20 different nations they gathered here as one in Ballarat beneath the southern sun. The army thought it was over and things would go their way, but when 15,000 miners rallied a month later on the day, the Crown conceded everything, all of their demands. They'd won an end to license fees, the right to vote and land. So here's to Joe and Charlie, Waller and the rest, who drew the battle lines and put Crown rule to the test. The diggers may have lost the battle, but they surely won the day, and those shots fired in Victoria were heard 10,000 miles away. They swore an oath beneath the Southern Cross, they'd stand together and break the license laws. From 20 different nations they gathered here in Ballarat beneath the southern sun. They swore an oath beneath the Southern Cross, they'd stand together and break the license laws. From 20 different nations they gathered here as one in Ballarat beneath the southern sun.